I am Robert Laurie, author of the book Think Up to Get Up, How to Break Free from Destructive Ways of Thinking. In my second book that just came out a couple of months ago, The Emotionally Available Man. I'm excited about both of these books, and I want to come on here to help you. Those of you who are content creators, you are a writer, you're a speaker, you want to write a book, you want to share your story, you want to communicate to your ideal audience, but you don't know where to start. I created this framework, Define Your Voice Value Creation Chain. I started putting this online. I'm getting some really good feedback. So I want to be more clear in communicating this idea to help you clarify and identify your voice. So let's start with the first part. Your voice. Your voice is what you want to communicate to your audience. I learned the hard way that you are not going to find your voice by going into ChatGPT and inserting ideas. You have to write, you gotta speak, you gotta put your ideas out there. You gotta allow yourself to be vulnerable, have courage, let go of your fear, let go of your insecurities. It's not easy, but you will not find your voice if you don't go down that path. The people that you see writing book after book after book, going after podcast after podcast, they are very comfortable with who they are. If you are not comfortable with who you are, you will not clearly identify your voice. Now, the next point of the value creation chain is inspiration. So your voice creates inspiration. The inspiration first is within you, and that inspiration then communicates and resonates with your audience. Do not write or speak about anything that you are not inspired by, you don't have any personal relationship with. My definition of personal relationship is that you struggled personally with that problem. The greatest founders, the greatest business owners are people who created a product with a problem that they solved. That is the fastest way to grow and scale a business. Even when I started helping people write books, I stumbled on this. I love to write. I love to write about the things I want to write about. But here's the thing. I had so many people coming up to me asking me questions about how do I write a book? What do I get started? How do I do the first draft? How do I edit? All of these questions that I started an online community helping people. So I stumbled into this simply because of my passion and what I'm inspired by, which is writing things to help inspire and impact people. So your voice creates inspiration. The inspiration is first within you, and then that translates into your target audience. That inspiration is deeply connected to your beliefs and values. What do you believe? What do you value? Don't create something just to get customers. People can see that a mile away. There's way too many scammers. There's way too many people online coming on here just trying to get your credit card, telling you some crap, because there's a lot of people who are online that are depressed. They actually got an algorithm, unfortunately, figured out that depending on how long you stay on social media per day, they know that you are high likely to be depressed. So that's why if you are the person, this is unfortunate in the giveaway, but if you get in a lot of commercials about depression, antidepressants and all that stuff, that most likely it means that the algorithm thinks that you are depressed. So I'm sharing that just to say, what are you deeply connected to? What is your values? You may have to go through a journey of finding that out, but it's very much well worth it, all right? So your voice creates inspiration that's deeply connected to your beliefs and values, which resonates with your target audience. What I learned is you don't go looking for your target audience. Have the faith, have the courage to put your ideas out there and allow your target audience to find you. So if you are the person who got a business, you have a product, you got a service, and the only thing you do when you come online is market and try to sell your product, most likely you are seeing that you're not getting much reach. And it's not because your product is bad, it's not because you are bad, it's not because people don't like it, it's because people are sick and tired of listening to commercials. We already gotta listen to commercials as it is when, in between videos on TV or whatever. Now you create a 5, 10, 15 minute video or whatever, and it's a long commercial because you're so focused on trying to sell. Back to this point, your target audience is gonna be connected and be in agreement with your beliefs and values. So you don't have to go out running trying to search and find for your target audience. They're going to find you because they can see that, man, this person is genuinely connected to what he's talking about. When I started helping people write books way back in 2021, I say that like it's a very long time ago, like 3 years ago, I didn't feel I was qualified. When I first started helping people, y'all, I only wrote one book. So I felt very inadequate. I felt like, well, who am I to share and help somebody write a book? I only written one book. But here's the kicker, what I had to really check myself on. It took me over 5 years to write this book because I knew nothing about writing. I knew nothing about how to communicate my ideas. I knew nothing about how to structure a sentence, a paragraph, a chapter. I knew nothing about that, and I didn't have the money to hire a coach. So I learned everything through reading, studying, getting on YouTube, getting books. One of the greatest books that helped me was a book by William Zinsser called On Writing Well. Another thing that I did is I also mimicked the authors that I like to read. John Maxwell, Dr. Miles Monroe, T.D. Jakes, Jordan Peterson, Stephen Covey, who was Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale had such a great impact on my passion to want to speak and communicate my ideas because he was one of the first founders of the personal development space when nobody was talking about growth and personal development. He had a program that went that he sold over 1 million copies called The World's Strangest Secret. And it was like a 19-minute video that he only put up because he didn't have time to talk to his sales team. So he recorded a video for his sales team. It wasn't even meant to go out to the public, and look what happened. That thing exploded. He sold over 1 million copies. I think he holds the world record for selling the most records without it being a song. So I'm saying all that to say the things that you deeply resonate with, the things that you are deeply connected to, you are going to have the courage, the faith, and desire to push through all of the resistance of fear, insecurity, doubt, people doubting you, people thinking that you're looking stupid, people thinking that your idea ain't going to work because you are going to need it. So I always share with people, write or speak about something that you personally overcame. I always like to share, start with a problem. Every book should solve a problem. Now, if you're writing a fantasy book or something of that nature, I don't really have any advice for that. I'm just speaking solely for people who want to write or speak and they want to help people or they want to create a transformation in somebody's life. This is what that content is for. So your voice creates inspiration that's deeply connected to your beliefs and values that resonates with your target audience. I don't know if you can see over here, computer. Let me move this out the way. All right, so let's do this again. Your voice, hope I can see it, creates inspiration that's deeply connected to your beliefs and values that resonates with your target audience that will convert into a customer. But notice we got this chain going on here that's going forward. But notice going back, your customer will never convert if they're not connected to your beliefs and values. Your beliefs and values has to be connected to your inspiration. And again, people can tell whether you real or not. That's why you look at people like Joe Rogan, you look at people like Jordan Peterson, people who got a lot of followers and speak or write for a living. Robert Greene, that was another person that really influenced me while writing. He wrote the 48 Laws of Power and he wrote The Laws of Human Nature. They all got one thing in common. They are genuinely writing or speaking or doing a podcast, and they genuinely want to know about the information that they're talking about. They want to know about the information that they're writing. So my heart, even when I started writing this book, my latest book, The Emotionally Available Man, this is pretty much what I have been learning for the past year or so on emotional intelligence. So even me calling it The Emotionally Available Man, it's my way of saying in order to be a good man, you need to be connected to all of the emotions that God gave you. A lot of times us as men, we are more connected to anger, withdrawal. We get quick with people. We don't like to communicate our emotions. And that's something that I had to grow out of. It's very easy to do. So this is just what I learned. So I wrote about this, not necessarily to follow a trend, because honestly, women are the #1 consumers on the internet. And when I think women buy like 65% of the books. Well, this book is to men, but that was on my heart. Do what's on your heart. Don't worry about the audience. Don't worry about if somebody checking for you. Don't worry about if somebody gonna support you or not. People struggle with this, y'all, and it's really unfortunate. It's my heart to really help you and give you things that's really gonna cause you to break through to that next level. You got to move forward. There's a quote that I love that God gave me about 2 or 3 years ago. It says, the highest expression of a healed heart is to move forward. The highest expression. That means if you don't know if you're healed, if you're going through something, if you struggle with rejection, insecurity, and you don't know if you still struggle with it, the best gauge to see if you're struggling or not is how fast or slow are you moving forward. Don't allow what you went through to stop you. So if you are struggling to find your voice, I want to encourage you, this is the best time to write, to speak, to put your ideas out there. Yes, it's a lot of competition, but you cut through that competition by being authentically you. And you got to have the courage to be you. Just like with me coming on, I sell cars for a living. That's my 9 to 5. That's why I got 9to5author.com. Listen, I sell cars from 9 to 5. You go on my IG page, that's what it say. I sell cars from 9 to 5, but I write and I help people write books from 5 to 9. That's what I do on the side. That's what I'm passionate about. But that's me. What's you? Stand by who you are. Don't allow your fears to stop you from moving forward. I pray this bless you. I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.